Okay, hello. We're going to do this example problem now. Let's read it together. Okay. Okay. So suppose that a movie theater sells child tickets for $7 and adult tickets for $10. Suppose further that there were 23 total tickets sold at a net gain to the movie theater of $179. How many of each type of ticket were sold? Okay. This is an interesting problem for several reasons. There are several ways you can solve it, and I'm going to start with the most easy way of solving this problem. Okay. But then I'm also going to mention how we could solve it using other techniques, and I may use one of those techniques to solve it, depending on how long this video is and stuff. If that's not, if I don't do it the other techniques right now at this moment, at this early stage, I might do it later on when we've covered more techniques, so that you can appreciate like how you can solve a problem in different ways, and also that some problems are amenable to multiple techniques, some problems are less amenable to multiple techniques. Anyway, let's get started. Okay, so here, let's read it again. Suppose that a movie theater sells child tickets for $7 and adult tickets for $10. Suppose further that there were 23 total tickets sold at a net gain to the movie theater of $179. How many of each type of ticket were sold? So first I'm going to need to assign a variable to something, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, let C be the number of child tickets, okay? They tell us that that there were a total of 23 tickets sold. So if C is the number of child tickets, then 23 minus C must be the number of adult tickets. Okay. $23 minus C must be the number of adult tickets sold. Okay. So now we know C is the number of child tickets sold, 23 minus C is the number of adult tickets sold. Okay. They tell us that it costs $7 for every child ticket and $10 for every adult ticket. So that leads us to set up the following equation. Okay. And I'm gonna, yeah. So 7 times C plus 10 times 23 minus C, or rather the following expression, okay? This expression now represents the total cost, or the total amount that the movie theater is going to receive from these tickets, okay? This is going to be the gain to the theater. Okay, that's going to represent the gain to the theater. You might also hear the word revenue, how much money is going to come in, okay, but I don't want to use that word because, you know. Anyway, so this is my expression of the net gain to the theater, but they tell us in the problem statement that the net gain to the theater in dollars was $179. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this expression to $179, and then I'm going to solve it, okay? So 7C plus 10 times 23 minus C is going to equal to 179, okay? Okay, so now we're going to solve this equation. So the first thing I want you to notice is that I have a number times this parenthesis that's here, okay? And so what that means is that I'm going to have to distribute. So 10 times 23 is going to be 230, okay? Minus 10C, because here is a positive 10 times a negative C, a plus times a minus is a minus, and then I bring them to 7C. 7C plus 230 minus 10C will equal to 179. Okay. Now, what I do is I combine like terms on my left hand side to simplify this equation. I have 7C minus 10C, so I'm going to have a net of negative 3C plus 230. is going to equal to 179. I now need to isolate the C, so I'm going to have to subtract the 230 from both sides. Minus 230, minus 230. Okay. Aha. I have this number which is larger. I mean this number which is like, at least in terms of absolute value, this number is smaller than the 230. So that means that I'm going to get a negative number. So how am I going to get that value? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 230 minus 179. Okay. So 0 minus 9, I can't do that. So I borrow from the 3, this becomes a 2, and this becomes a 10. 10 minus 9 is 1. 2 minus 7, I can't do that. So I'm going to borrow from this 2, that's going to become a 1. That's going to become a 12. 12 minus 7 is 5. 1 minus 1 is 0. So here, since of these two values, the negative 30 is the one with the bigger absolute value, the result is negative. So it's negative 51 equals negative 3c. I'm now going to divide both sides by negative 3. And I get that C, the number of child tickets, is going to be negative 51 divided by 3. Divided by negative 3. It's going to become positive, right? But let's do that long division here. Okay? Yes. Okay, stand by, please. Okay, a negative divided by negative is positive, so in fact I can just do 3 into 51. Let's do that together here. 3 goes into 5 once. 1 times 3 is 3. 5 minus 3 is 2. I bring down the 1. 3 goes into 21. Aha, 7 times. 7 times 3 is 21. 21 minus 21 is 0. There's nothing else to bring down, so that's the end. So 51 divided by 3 is 17. So I now can state that 17 child tickets were sold. And since a total of 23 tickets were sold, 6 adult tickets were sold. Okay. So there you go. That is how you solve this problem, and I will leave the alternate techniques for later. Okay. And I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you with another example.